Alright, guys, so we are back with another episode of Endzone, A World Apart. I'm aiming to finish up this tutorial today. That way, maybe tomorrow we can get on to the real game. I'm really digging the game. I like the aesthetics of it. It's really, really detailed. And I think that lends itself well to the whole post-apocalyptic base building, rebuild civilization type of game. So
great. You can change the working area for the scrapyard, too. We can recycle scrap into 4 additional resources: cloth, metal, plastic, and electronics. We'll do that shortly, but for now, we ought to take care of your settlers' needs first. Our people want a place to sleep and live. Cabins fulfill their need for safety and privacy, and increase the confidence of their inhabitants. In other words, building cabins increases their willingness to start families and reproduce, if you know what I mean.
Jesus. Alright, so let's get some houses built. Speed up time, get some cabins built. Oh, they want 8 cabins. Okay.
Besides cabins, you can also provide sturdy houses and shelters as housing. Sturdy houses withstand sandstorms better and have an increased storage capacity to boot. Children living in houses gradually fill up the house's stockpiles. Settlers do not reproduce in a shelter because they lack privacy.
All right.
Let's return from our excursion into housing and refocus on scrap. With the help of a recycler or refinery, scrap can be sorted into 4 different resources. A recycler always takes scrap apart, one resource at a time, while a refinery automatically produces all 4 resources. To start off, you should build a recycler and produce cloth.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's put it over here in the Oh, so you can switch to what they're producing.
You can instruct your recycler to produce a different resource at a time. It's important that you focus on the resources you really need, at least in the beginning. Cloth and metal look like good options if you want to equip us with protective clothing and tools. Happy settlers are industrious settlers. That's why we ought to look after our people and protect them against the surroundings and dangers, like radiation. So let's start by transforming our newly recovered cloth into protective clothing. A tailor will be able to help us with that.
Phew! Phew! Activated carbon masks and radiation suits. Okay.
We categorize environmental radiation into 4 levels: no radiation, low level, medium level, and high level radiation. The radiation changes constantly and is influenced by weather and contaminated rain. Protective clothing helps to protect us against this kind of radiation, but it takes a while before it's produced. And production relies on us. The tools we brought along from the Endzone are slowly but surely running out. So now, let's focus on manufacturing new tools. The tools will help us to work effectively. We'll need metal for that, so we'll prepare.
Alright. Workshop. Recycler. Make metal. Alright, so they want us to build another recycler. Our population's going down. Sign cyclist. Our people are dying off, and nobody's fucking being born. Are we gonna have enough people to actually finish the tutorial? Am I gonna fail at learning? I'm gonna fail at learning how to play a game. Well, isn't that fucking embarrassing? Lost another person. How about we slow this down, man? How am I supposed to do that if I only have fucking 4 people?
With our lovely new tools, we are now prepared to work effectively. Should you ever run out of metal, keep in mind that you can also instruct your workshop to manufacture tools from scrap instead of metal. Though they won't be quite as effective, it's still better than being forced to work with bare hands. Down in the Endzone, we had sufficient time and resources to educate ourselves properly. But our children don't have this luxury. We ought to build a school and pass on what we've learned.
That's great, but we don't have enough people to fucking build. Are you fucking kidding me? Our builder died? All right. We're gonna take builders. One's gonna be a farmer. The other one's gonna be a teacher.
Perfect. Besides the fact that educated children work more effectively, we'll also teach them to be more careful with their protective clothing and tools. This, in turn, leads to them staying intact longer, and we conserve valuable resources.
Okay.
Now that our population is starting to grow, we ought to again turn our attention to the topic of food production. We are already accumulating fish and tilling our fields. A gatherer's cabin will now enable us to gather mushrooms and berries from the forest nearby.
Alright. Now they want us to build a gatherer's cabin.
Hi, Ben. You have the cat? Alright, I'm gonna zip in my room real quick. No!
Very good. As you can see, the gatherer's cabin is an effective possibility to get food quickly. But watch out. After a drought, it's going to take some time before the plants have regrown. As is the case with most buildings, here too, you can relocate. Although we are sufficiently supplied at the moment, our survival depends on diligent planning. If we can lay out a plan for an orchard, then we can start to plant fruit or nut trees that we can harvest after a few.
I don't think so. Hmm?
The orchard has been laid out, and the trees are already beginning to grow. Similar to crops for farming, trees need some time until they are fully grown. But once they have grown, they can be harvested again and again until they have to be newly planted.
Uh-huh.
Our gatherer's cabin gathers food from the surrounding forests. However, there are any number of other plants there which we can use as well. These plants can be gathered by an herbal hut.
Fuck. Okay. Herbal hut. Need an herbalist.
Well done. We can equally utilize the gathered herbs to convert them into medicine later on. Radiation is the main reason why the health status of our
Charcoal kiln. What are we doing here?
Great. We can use the charcoal in conjunction with a filtration. It would be a disgrace if we had to demolish our trusted cistern just to erect a water tower in its place. What we ought to do instead is upgrade the cistern itself. A
Alright, so wants to build another recycler. Oh, that should all be mine. That's all mine, though. I don't know why it's over there.
The bag you put on the couch.
I didn't put that bag on that couch.
That's all yours, right? Just put it down the couch. Alright, our chemical is over there.
Our new water tower is up and ready for action. Good work. Filtering the water is an important next step because clean drinking water is a key mainstay of... Let's begin with filtering our water. To save on charcoal, we ought to ensure that at least a little bit of water not contaminated by radiation is being stored in our water tower. Water gained from a well is never contaminated by radiation, so it suggests itself for that purpose. Then we can use the remaining charcoal to produce better protective clothing.
Just hold the couch and if I remove it. Not a
And I need builders because I had to take everybody off building into water carrying. desperately need more people.
Good work. We are continuously taking steps towards being better and better equipped to be able to survive in this hostile environment. Filtered water is a precious asset. Not only our water can become a hazard for our settlers due to radiation, our food can too. We ought to erect a decontamination post to prevent settlers from eating meals that are contaminated with radiation.
Alright. Of course, now we need builders. What are they doing? Just looking at it? Fucking with me? Take one of the people out building and put him into
Very good. The decontamination post is going to supply all buildings that stockpile food and are located in its working area in order to purify the food that has been affected by radiation.
okay.
It's true. We should never forget that even when we optimally prepare and protect ourselves, we're still going to lose friends and members of our family time and again. We're going to mourn them, come what may. But if we're able to bury them in a cemetery, then we'll get over the pain and let them rest in peace.
Well, I hate to tell you, bud, but I've already killed quite a few of them. It's a little late for a cemetery, don't you think? Alright. Build a cemetery. Go. Holy fuck, look at that. That is huge. Let's put this somewhere outside of town. Speed up. Assigned a settler to the profession mortician. See, this is a lot more in depth than surviving the aftermath was. What do you mean we can't build it? Why not? Because we're... There we go. Build that thing. Alright guys, as soon as I get this cemetery built, I'm gonna call it a stream. I know I wanted to get all the way through this tutorial, but this is taking a bit longer than I anticipated. So I guess our next episode will be finishing this, or at least going through the rest of this tutorial. I know I should probably do the tutorials on my own time, but I kind of wanted to let you see what it was like just to learn how to play the game. And all that good stuff. Alright, so we are going to take a builder and assign him as a mortician.
Okay. The cemetery will help us to quickly get a hold on ourselves and focus on the tasks that lie ahead. It's not a pleasant thought, but that's the way things are. At the very least, we're pioneers, aren't we? Maybe
Yes,
have to
we are
distract
pioneers.
ourselves to lighten up the mood. We can erect a number of buildings to increase confidence in our settlement, including, for example, a campfire or a pub. In this situation, however, our best option would probably be to
And our town center, what, is a broken down bus right now? Oh yeah. Speed up time.
Very good. The new town center not only gives us more storage space, at the same time, it functions just like a campfire, too. Settlers can visit the new town center, and by doing so, increase their confidence for a while. Now that we have made efforts to ensure the spiritual well-being of our settlers, we ought to attend to their physical health. Our settlers can get sick from time to time. Settlers who have
Medical facility. Gotcha. Alright guys, and that is where we are going to leave off today. If you enjoy the game, and right now not so much the content, but once we finish off the tutorial we will be getting into the actual content of the game. But if you do like the game, the looks of it, the play style, leave me a like and maybe a subscribe if you feel like I've earned it. If you made it all the way through, please comment Kalamazoo, because that's kind of what this looks like. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Actually, no offense to anybody in Kalamazoo, but I don't know. I'm just saying. But I will see you in the next episode, guys. Peace.